first thing that comes up is, do bicycles have a right to the road that is equal to other vehicles? And in New York State, the answer is yes. Bicycles, really belong everywhere. Bicyclists have to ride in the same direction as motor vehicles and stay as far to the right as is safe. But we have full access to all roads, and any motorist who may feel otherwise really isn't educated about the rights of bicyclists on New York State roads. Having said that, while it is the law to stay as far to the right as is safe, and we'll get to what makes it safe to move away from the right-hand side of the road, when can bicyclists, quote, take the lane? New York State law permits bicyclists to take the lane when the road is narrow, number one, regardless of whether there's obstacles on the right-hand side. When a road is narrow, a bicyclist has the right to take the lane.
Attending a Zoom meeting.
And maybe you all can put yourself on mute so we all can hear it clearly. Also, a bicyclist can take the lane when there is no shoulder or when there are obstructions on the right, such that it is not safe to stay to the far right-hand side of the road. When passing parked cars, bicyclists need to stay at least 3 feet from the left side, or off the left of parked cars, to avoid being hit by opening doors. So, we're the Rockland Bicycling Club. We have a lot of corridors where the roads are actually very narrow. And in Orangetown, the law, as we'll get to, is to ride in single file. We'll cross that topic next. But when you are riding in Rockland County roads, you need to stay to the far right-hand side. You can take the lane, and meaning you can move into kind of own the whole lane when the road is, number one, narrow, or when there is no shoulder and there are obstacles on the right-hand side of the road. Anyone else want to chime in onto this and their own experience in when it has been legitimate to take the road? Anyone else want to chime on this before we move to the next one?
Yeah, so Paul, I think this this bears a lot of good discussion. Many of us have been riding for a number of years, and some of us are new riding. And I think this whole idea of taking the lane is really powerful, but I think you need to do it with a little bit of common sense, right? So using the appropriate hand signals, just like you would expect a car to do when you're driving. The whole premise of being on the road is trusting your fellow motorists to do predictable activities. So if someone's going to turn left or someone's going to turn right, they put on their blinker. It's no different for us as cyclists. We need to be able to use the appropriate hand signals to indicate our actions so that we don't seem, quote unquote, insane to the people behind us.